It's really interesting. I want to talk to you about expectations in yourself and in your practice. And yeah, I'm back in the car for a little bit. I'm actually heading to a doctor's appointment here. But I wanted to talk to you about expectations because it was brought up to me personally last night as far as expectations in myself and a family member. And then in a chat conversation I've been having with one of the members here in the group as far as expectations in himself, and it could be in yourself and in the practice. So from a personal expectation, I have a almost 17-year-old son. He plays lacrosse, pretty high level in lacrosse here in the state of Illinois, and he's not playing to his potential. And I expect him to play more. But the important part is I also expect him to want to play more. Now, there may be people that think that I'm, jumping overboard and pressuring my son too much, but I think that correlates to later on in life. Side story, unfortunately my father passed away when I was 10 years old, so I really didn't have anybody to push me from a sporting standpoint, a business standpoint, a life standpoint, and I think that hurt me in certain ways. So when I have conversations with healthcare professionals or friends in general that aren't setting higher expectations for themselves, it causes a problem. And what can actually cause a problem is that where do you want your practice to advance? So in other words, not bringing up names of the individual I was talking with, but what is the expectation you have? More importantly, what is the expectation you want to have in your practice? And that expectation can literally become how many patients do you want to see a day, how many patients do you want to see a month, how many new patients are coming in your practice, and what do you expect that to bring to you at the end of the month? So when you look at expectations, you have to kind of step back. And an expectation, the simple way in which we've always been taught it, I should only say myself, I've always been taught this, is when you are planning a trip or you're planning something in your life, you typically need to map it out. I've talked about this before. It's like a strategic plan. So if you don't know where the city is of Rhinelander, Wisconsin, where I'm originally from, and you live here in Naperville, Illinois, or you're in Las Vegas, Nevada, and you have no idea how to get there, you need to grab a map and plot that out. The individual I was talking to made a statement of, I think it's okay if I see 20 patients a day. This is a chiropractor. And sure, that's okay. Is that what you want? Is that what you expect? Is that what you're holding yourself accountable for in your practice? So if your goal is 20 patients a day and you work 5 days a week, you're looking to see 100 patients in a week, which is not an overly high expectation. Some may think that that's too many. Some may think that that's too few. It depends on the style of practice. But it comes down to what is the expectation you are setting for yourself, how you want to treat your patients. What is the expectation you're having in your practice for how many patients you want to see? And then after that, what is it that you have to do to get there? That's where strategic planning comes into play. And I believe Terry posted something in about what we call a triage call. So this individual that I spoke with, I said, asking him questions, where are you at? We always ask a simple question that if you could take a magic wand and sprinkle it over your practice and pixie dust comes out of that wand, what is 1, 2, 3, 5 things that you wish you could change? He put in there what three things were that he would want to change, and I asked a simple question. Would you like help in getting there? And his immediate response was, what does that mean? I said, well, would you like getting on a call, triage call, strategy call, and getting some help getting there? And he's like, well, I can't afford to do it. It's not about, I want to set the record straight. When we do strategy calls, we aren't charging for them. It's myself and my wife trying to extract from you what's happening in your practice, trying to extract from you what you want to happen in your practice, see what you're currently doing, what has worked, what may not, and see if we can give you 1, 2, 3, 5 steps that you could take to work that immediate day to put into action in your practice. That's it. The triage call is just to see if it's something that we might be able to help you with. Just like you're triaging an athlete on the field. When we were in our practice integrity sports medicine, we'd have an athlete go down on the basketball court, the football field, and we'd go out there and do a quick triage on the field. Carry him off the field, have the EMTs come get him. We need to triage that. We need to know what's currently happening in your practice. Then we go through a strategy session. That's bringing a patient into your office, a consultation, finding out what's more wrong, asking kind of a history, getting more of a background, what's happening. Again, what have you done that's helped you with your knee pain? What have you tried what hasn't helped? What have you done in your practice that has worked? What have you done in your practice that hasn't? And then we take you through our step-by-step process of our practice leverage method. We see what things that you're doing to see if you're setting yourself up to win. So if you are putting those expectations in to win, you should win. If you don't know how to do that, there's nothing wrong with asking somebody to help you to get to that point. Sure, that may cost some money, but there's no cost other than time of you getting a triage call. So back to the point of this was expectations. What do you expect out of yourself? For me personally, jumping back into that is I expect my son to play more. He should expect himself to play more. I don't think that that's asking for too much when I know my son should be playing for, but if he wants it, he has to ask his coach. I'm not one of those parents that are going to call up the coach and say, Coach, I need to talk to you. My son's not getting the playing time I think he deserves. If my son wants it, he's got to go for it. If you as a practitioner want something in your practice that you're just not getting, the simplest thing you can do is reach out for help. Triage call, hopefully it goes into a strategy session. It's the same thing a patient calls your practice for. They want help. Neck pain, headaches, back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, hip pain. They want help. They're reaching out for you. If you want help, set up a triage call. So if you found this helpful for you, if you think I need some help, more counseling on dealing with expectations with my family and my son, I'll have a conversation with you about that. But I want to push him to expect more for himself in the future. So again, if you are looking for ways in which you can take your practice to the next level, I'd love it if you would put in the word below expectations. And we can do our best to set up a triage call with you and see what we can do again to find out what's working, what might not be working. Is there a way in which we can help you meet your expectations? And guess what? If we can help you push yourself beyond your expectations because we believe in you more than you currently believe in yourself, we'll do our best we can do that too. Because we want to see you succeed. We make that statement at the very end of almost every one of our videos. We want you to achieve success on so many levels. And it is so true. You deserve more than you're currently having in your practice. If you're struggling to get to that point and you're not meeting your expectations, let us help. So thanks for your time again this morning, this afternoon. If you're watching, as soon as you're watching, I appreciate you jumping on live. I'll try and do more of these more often. They really just come up kind of spur of the moment. They're things that I feel as though I want to spread some information with. So again, thanks for your time. If you have any expectations that you're not meeting in your practice and you like that, put the word expectations below. Otherwise, click on one of the buttons to try and set yourself up for a consultation. Again, there's no cost to it. We just want to see what we can do to help you and your practice go to the next level. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it. You have a fantastic day and a wonderful weekend ahead. Bye for now.